Welcome to Seeing Green Solutions for Our Daily Lives, the podcast where we spotlight the brands, ideas, and people making it easier to live sustainably every day. Today's episode is part of our Spotlight series, a deep dive into one of our Seeing Green Solutionists of the day. And now, today's solution.
Welcome to the Deep Dive. Today's Deep Dive is episode 31 of the Seeing Green podcast, and it's part of our Seeing Green Spotlight series.
That's right. Our mission here is simple. We take a closer look at the Seeing Green Solutionist of the day and, the real solutions they bring to help all of us be a bit healthier, a bit greener in our daily lives.
And today, we're returning to a topic we both really love.
Oh, yeah. Pets. Specifically, greening our pet care.
Exactly. And in the spotlight today is our Seeing Green Solutionist of the day, Ruffwear.
Ruffwear, a brand that's really all about inspiring outdoor exploration for dogs and their humans.
And crucially, doing it in a way that respects the planet. That's the key part for us.
Definitely.
Now, if you enjoy this topic as much as we clearly do, just a quick reminder, you can check out our prior deep dives. We looked at Earth Animal, West Paw 2.
And just last week, we did that special deep dive, Greening My Pet Care. Lots of good stuff there.
For sure. But okay, before we really get into the trail notes on Ruffwear, please do subscribe to the podcast. It helps a lot.
And follow us. We're at Seeing Green Eco across all the social media channels.
Okay, let's talk dogs. And the outdoors.
It's a special connection, isn't it? They aren't just pets lounging on the sofa. They're like proper companions out there. On adventures.
Totally. Hiking, camping, even just, a snowy walk or a trip to the park. They're in it with you.
And that shared joy, that spirit of adventure, well, it creates real needs, doesn't it?
Oh, absolutely. Your average leash isn't going to cut it on a mountain trail.
Right. You need gear that's safe, that's durable, weatherproof jackets, secure harnesses, stuff that travels well.
Which is exactly why a company like Ruffwear exists. It's not just about selling products.
No, it's about enabling those experiences. They have this ethos, we believe great things happen when dogs are empowered to be explorers alongside their humans.
I love that. Empowered explorers. It captures it perfectly.
It does, and it leads right into their design philosophy, too. They think about it from the dog's perspective.
The active fit thing you mentioned earlier.
Exactly, making sure the gear moves with the dog, enhances their natural stride, doesn't, get in the way or chafe.
Anyone who's watched their dog navigate tricky terrain knows how important that freedom of movement is.
Mm-hmm. Which takes us back to the beginning. How did Ruffwear get started?
Well, it was founded way back in 1994 by Patrick Cruz.
And it was really born out of that personal need, right?
Yeah.
He wanted better gear for his own dogs out on adventures.
Yeah, the classic story. Started it in his garage.
And it grew from there. Now they're a global name in performance dog gear.
But it all started with solving some very specific, kind of frustrating real-world problems.
Like water on the trail.
Right. The very first product. The Quencher Bowl back in 94.
The idea actually sparked a couple of years before. In 92, Patrick saw a friend mountain biking.
And trying to give her dog water from a plastic bag.
Oh, I can picture the mess.
Exactly. It just didn't work. So he thought, there has to be a better way.
And the Quencher was born, the first collapsible, packable dog bowl, groundbreaking at the time. Totally. Solved a real pain point. And that set the tone, Problem solving.
Then came dog boots, which, let's be honest, can be incredibly frustrating.
Oh, tell me about it. Getting them on, keeping them on.
So in 1995, a retail partner challenged Patrick. Make a boot that actually stays on.
And the common wisdom then was secure it high up the leg.
Which sounds logical, but...
But it didn't work. It just slipped down. Patrick realized the key was securing it lower down.
At the narrowest part of the leg, near the paw.
Bingo. That insight led to the Grip Trexa dog boots, changed the game for paw protection. Still a standard today.
That's smart design, thinking differently. Okay, another iconic one, the Webmaster harness.
Ah, the Houdini harness from 1996.
Why Houdini? Because dogs couldn't slip out of it.
Pretty much. It came about because people were actually taking the harness chassis from Ruffwear's big backpacking pack, the Palisades pack.
Wait, they were stripping down a backpack just to use the harness part?
Yeah, they loved how secure it was. So Ruffwear, listen, they took that feedback.
Remove the pack bits.
Added an extra strap behind the ribs for even more security, and bam, the Webmaster was born.
That's brilliant, listening to your users like that. And it became trusted by working dogs too, right?
Absolutely. Search and rescue, avalanche dogs, dogs who need gear that absolutely will not fail.
And they're still based in Bend, Oregon.
Yep, which they call the ultimate playground. Perfect for testing gear. Lunchtime bike rides, weekend hikes up mountains. It's all right there.
So from those early innovations, they've really built out a whole system.
Yeah, a complete head-to-tail gear ecosystem, basically,
Yeah.
for dogs living active lives with their people.
So what does that include now? We mentioned harnesses.
Right. Harnesses for everything. Your daily walk, like the front range harness, which you see everywhere,
Uh-huh.
all the way up to really structured high-performance ones, like that Webmaster we talked about.
And apparel, jackets and
Look,
stuff.
yeah. Gear for literally all weather. Insulated vests like the Quincy. Waterproof shells like the Cloud Chaser. Stuff to keep dogs warm, dry, comfortable.
It's essential if you're out in the elements. And boots, obviously. Paw protection.
Yep. Different boots for different conditions. Winter boots like the Polar Trexa, the all-terrain grip Trexas. Gotta protect those paws.
Hot pavement, sharp rocks, ice, snow.
Yeah.
Yeah, critical.
Then you've got packs for the dogs to carry their own gear. Food carriers like the Kibble Caddy. Travel beds.
They even have a dog backpack carrier now, right? The hitchhiker?
Yeah, that's a newer one. Launched for spring 2025, I think, for carrying smaller dogs on tougher sections of trail, perhaps.
Wow. And water gear, too. Life jackets.
For sure. The float coat is iconic, essential for dogs joining you on the water.
It really is a comprehensive system. And you mentioned the working dog connection.
Yeah.
That testing must be intense.
It has to be. Think about it. If an avalanche rescue dog's harness fails, that's not just an inconvenience.
Right. Lives could be on the line. So if it holds up in those extreme conditions.
So you can feel pretty confident it'll handle your weekend camping trip. It builds a lot of trust in the performance.
Okay, performance is clearly there. But let's shift gears. Why are they our solutionist of the day? Let's talk sustainability.
Right, because this is where Ruffwear really stands out, especially in the pet industry, which, well, it hasn't always led the way on this.
That's fair to say. So what's Ruffwear doing differently?
Well, first off, it's not just marketing fluff. They state it very clearly. Sustainability is at the core of how Ruffwear does business.
Oh.
They see it as a responsibility. Success, for them, includes being responsible to the community and the planet.
That's a strong statement.
And the president put it really powerfully. He said their journey of accountability is inextricable from our purpose.
Purpose being.
Unleashing possibility for dogs and their humans. So for them, accountability for the planet is tied directly to that core mission. It's their why.
Okay, so how does that translate into actual actions? Let's talk conscious design.
This is key. They're making deliberate choices in materials and manufacturing, like using Bluesign-approved fabrics.
Explain Bluesign quickly for listeners who might not know.
Sure. It's basically a really strict certification system for textiles. It ensures fabrics are made with the lowest possible impact on people and the environment.
So controlling chemicals, water use, energy, worker safety, all that stuff.
Exactly. From the very beginning of the manufacturing process, it's about eliminating harmful substances right at the source.
That's significant. What else on the design front?
They use data, tools like the Higg product tool.
Which measure environmental impact, right?
Yeah. And they use that data to make improvements, like when they redesigned the front range harness.
Popular one.
Right. Just through redesign, they cut its manufacturing carbon footprint by 11% for the solid colors, 8% for the prints.
Wow. That shows even small tweaks to existing products can make a measurable difference.
Absolutely. It's not just about new eco lines. It's about improving everything.
And materials. You mentioned natural rubber toys earlier.
Yeah, using renewable resources like natural rubber where they can, instead of petroleum-based plastics, it's a better choice.
Okay, here's a big one. PFAS, the forever chemicals.
Huge one, especially for a company making weather-resistant gear.
So what's their status?
They achieved their goal. 0 intentionally added PFAS-containing materials in all manufacturing by January 1st, 2024.
That is massive. Finding effective waterproof or water-resistant alternatives without PFAS is a major challenge.
It really is. It took serious R&D, working with suppliers. It shows real commitment.
Okay, beyond materials and design, they have a formal climate action plan.
They do. And it's ambitious, which is pretty rare, honestly, especially for a pet brand.
How ambitious?
Climate neutral by 2027.
Wow, okay, that's soon.
But wait, there's more. Climate positive by 2030.
Positive, meaning they aim to remove more greenhouse gases than they emit.
Exactly. That's aiming really high, going beyond just neutralizing our impact.
How are they planning to achieve that? Offsets.
Offsets will likely be part of the neutral stage, but the long-term plan involves deep reductions. They're setting science-based targets, aiming for significant cuts in their own operations and their supply chain emissions. That's Scope 1, 2, and 3.
Scope 3 is the tricky one, right? The emissions from suppliers, product use, end of life.
Yeah, it's the hardest part for most companies, but they're targeting a 52% reduction there by 2029. It shows they're taking a systemic approach.
And they've already made progress.
Definitely. They hit 100% renewable electricity for their U.S. operations back in 2021, so they're already walking the talk.
That's impressive stuff. Serious commitment. Now, what about the community side?
Right. It's not just about the environment and isolation. They have their Paw It Forward program.
What does that involve?
It's their giving program. They support various nonprofits focusing on rescue dogs, service dogs, and conservation efforts.
So giving back to the community, both human and canine.
Exactly. They partner with groups like the National Disaster Search Dog Foundation, Conservation Canines, organizations that strengthen that human-animal bond and protect the places we explore.
And they've been doing conservation work for a while.
Yeah, they've been partners with the Conservation Alliance since 2007. In 2023, they gave $50,000 across 4 different impact areas through that partnership.
So it's baked into their operations.
Seems like it. It reinforces that their purpose goes beyond just selling gear.
Okay, one last piece that ties performance and sustainability together. Durability and end of life.
Ah, yes. The Ruffwear program.
Their used gear platform, right?
Mm-hmm. It's brilliant, really. It tackles waste and makes their gear more accessible.
How does it work? People send back old gear?
They take back gently used gear, maybe returns, or items with slight cosmetic flaws. They inspect it, clean it thoroughly, grade it.
Oh, fair, good, great condition.
Exactly, and then they resell it at a discount.
So keeping quality gear in use longer, out of the landfill, that's circularity in action.
Totally, and it lets people maybe try out a piece of gear, like a harness that might normally be $65 for closer to $48 or something. Lowers the barrier to entry for quality stuff.
That combination is powerful. You've got the high-performance design, born from solving real problems like, boots that actually stay on.
And then you layer on these really concrete, measurable environmental goals and community initiatives. Climate positive by 2030, the Ruffwear program.
It makes them a really compelling solutionist. They seem to walk the walk.
It feels like a holistic approach, doesn't it? They're showing you don't necessarily have to choose between top-tier performance and genuine responsibility.
A great standard for other companies, not just in pet care, but everywhere.
Agreed.
So, reflecting on all this, here's something for you, the listener, to maybe think about this week. Consider the Ruffwear model. What other gear in your life, outdoor stuff, clothes, electronics, whatever, could benefit from that approach? How can we push for ways to extend the life of all our products, keep them useful, and keep them out of the landfill?
That's a really good question to ponder. How do we make worn the new?
Exactly. Okay, if you want to learn more about Ruffwear and check out their gear, you can visit them at ruffwear.com.
And are you interested in finding more brands and innovators dedicated to creating a greener, more sustainable world? Well, subscribe to the Seeing Green podcast. Then visit the Seeing Green website. You can see more trailblazers making significant strides in promoting eco-friendly living through innovative products, solutions, and practices.
That's online at www.seeinggreen.eco.
And don't forget to follow us at Seeing Green Eco across all of the social media channels so you don't miss the latest updates and solutionists.
Thank you so much for joining us for this episode of the Seeing Green Spotlight Series podcast.